Courtney, welcome back to Sky Speed and congratulations. 4-time world champion. How does that feel?
Now you say it, it feels great. It took a little bit of time to sink in, I'm not going to lie. Like, it didn't just hit home straight away, but I think now I'm home and back with friends and family, it's like starting to resent itself.
How hard is it to come down off those highs and actually crossing the line for the last race of the year and having that realisation? I mean, do you come back down to earth really quickly?
Yeah, no, it's a funny feeling. Like it's something you work all year for, right? Like, it all goes into that one moment, and it's like you cross the finish line and you achieve that, and it's just like a huge sense of relief.
I remember you getting off the bike and just falling on the ground, and when we've all had chats, you don't appear the most emotional sort of individual. Yeah. Was it that much of a lodestone off your shoulders?
Yeah, I think it was. Like, obviously 2022, I was injured, I got beaten straight up, and then I really wanted to redeem myself this year, and I worked really, really hard at that and put a lot of self-effort into it. And then I got the red plate so early in the season that I carried that pressure all the way through, and come home, had 2-3 month break, and had that pressure every day of waking up knowing I had to deliver a championship. And then it all comes down to that one moment in Turkey, and you cross the line, and it's just like, wow, like, we've done it. Like, all that hard work, all that pressure, all those emotions kind of come out, and it's just like emotionally kind of exhausting in a way.
Oh, completely exhausting.
Yeah.
It's really interesting you talk about that and just carrying that pressure and how much you felt. How do you and who do you work with, talk to deal with that emotion and that mental stress?
I really like it. I'm not going to say I don't like it. I like being in those moments, but you definitely feel it. And especially as I get older, it's like you feel, the pressure more and more people kind of biting at your heels. But I haven't really had a whole lot of help in that area. I definitely felt it this year, and I knew I had to come back this year and win. I just knew that right from, the moment after last year. I knew that I needed to come back and stand on the top step, so I put a lot of pressure on myself.
Some of that pressure, is that coming from the fact that you know that time is moving on and that you've got less time now than what you had?
Yeah, I think just as kind of naive when you're younger and rookie, you kind of don't really resent that pressure,
You don't think about the future though?
Yeah. You don't think about that, all this, and you just go for it and you just send it. And now I kind of know, like, everyone's gunning for me. I know I'm the one expected to win. I know everyone around me expects me to win. I expect myself to win, so I guess that comes with a whole load of pressure. But yeah, going back to the start, I love being in that, right? I'd love to have that pressure than to be a fifth place guy. I never, feel the pressure.
You look at the fields this year, they look stronger. Did it feel stronger? Did it make number 4 a little bit more satisfying?
Yep, definitely. The level is getting higher and higher, there's no doubt about that. The girls are getting faster and faster, and there's a lot more depth, which is awesome because it kind of makes it more of a championship. I'd say we used to have 2 or 3 of us fighting for it, and now a girl can win one race and she can be 6th in the next race. So definitely puts consistency into play, which has kind of been my strength over the last couple of years. So it's been good.
At what point in the season do you think, I might just nab this? Was there a specific point?
I mean, I already felt like even though we didn't win at the first round in Sardinia in the stand, I felt like I showed up ready to fight and I was hungry for it and got a podium, and then I knew that we could make it happen in the dirt, and then I went on a string there and won 3 GPs in a row and hit like a 25-point lead in the middle of the season. It's like, okay, it's game on now.
So you're more strategic now? Are you more of a planner? I mean, you said, the first round, you didn't come off Sardinia and be going, oh my God, I didn't win. You were like, okay, that's good. I've had a great start.
Yep.
I know I've got strengths to come, strengths and weaknesses. You got some tracks that obviously you're going to excel at. Some maybe it will be a bit tougher. Are you more strategic?
Yeah, definitely, and just more composed, like you say. Like, I didn't stress after a third in the sand. I was kind of, let's take the positives. I trusted the work I'd done all preseason, and I knew my preparation would put me where I need to be come the hard pack races.
The last time we spoke to you, you were going off to spend about 6 weeks in the sand.
Yep.
Is sand still your weakness?
Yes, probably always will be, let's be honest.
Why is that?
Just I haven't grown up on it, and I don't really have the leverage, like the long legs and big arms, but...
right, to get back over the back wheel and stuff?
Yeah, definitely helps having a bit of height and stuff like that, but it's so hard to compete with the girls that are born in it. It just comes second nature to them, which, obviously doesn't for me, but it is a weakness, and it's something that I'm going to work really hard on in the future.
any way you can sort of compare your 4 in this year versus the others? I mean, does this one stand out different to the others in any way, or they're all just so different that you really can't compare them, really?
There was a point in time in those first few years as a rookie, I was like, am I ever going to get one of these things? Like, it was almost just such a distance away, right? I mean, I didn't think I was going to get it. So to cross the line and kind of get that monkey off the back will be it will forever be the best one. But then they're all special, you know, world titles, they take so much effort to get, and they are special every time you get to stand on the top step of the podium, and you don't know how many times you get to do that, so you kind of cherish them as they come.
You've got 4, obviously you want 5 and more. Do you now have a goal in mind? Are there records that you want to now break? You broke plenty of records this year.
Yeah.
What's next as far as goal setting goes?
Yeah, no, I think just that is a hard one. I don't really have a limit, and I don't have, say, a number that I'm chasing. I think just it's addicting when you win a world title. Like, you don't want anything less. You've set your bar so high, your guard's up, you got to keep chasing them. And for me, I've never really been one to look at the stats and analyse that and chase those. But I must say, as I get further in and inch, like you say, closer towards records in history, I kind of do look at them a little bit different now, and I'm like, okay, I'm X amount away from the highest GPs, titles and stuff. So I don't know, just as long as I'm racing, I'm going to be chasing GP wins and titles, and I'm going to see how many I can get.
You see so many girls that are out riding dirt bikes. I mean, there's a massive market.
Yeah, no, it's so cool, and it really puts a smile on my face when you say that, because when I started, there was none. I had to race in the guys class, or I couldn't race at all. I mean, I never looked at it different. I kind of wanted to race them anyway.
You didn't see gender as a deciding thing.
Nah, and looking back, it helped me to where I am. But now that they have their own class and they're encouraged to come and ride in the girls and full gates at some events, like, that's crazy. Like, I never would have thought that when I started out, like 10 years ago.
Okay, champ, number 4, done it. Congratulations. So what does the off-season hold now? The most important part of the year.
Yeah, I feel like I've already had a pretty big break. Like, it was a month ago, I was able to do a couple of weeks touring with my best friend, and obviously now it's a little bit of media commitments, and sooner than we know, I'll be back on a bike and we'll be gunning for title number 5. And yeah, I don't know, it's also a hobby. It's not just my job, so I'm like itching just to get back and ride back home in Dunedin with my mates and stuff. So,
mate, it's good to have you back, but most importantly, once again, congratulations, 4-time world champ.
Yep, no, I appreciate it, thank you.
Brilliant.